Welcome everyone. Today we are having a very special guest. In fact, I feel honored to have someone with us whose story is a blend of resilience and the transformative power of music. So please welcome Miss Renuka Parmeshwar on this channel. She is a breast cancer survivor plus an expert in Karnataka music, and she is teaching Karnataka music here in Dubai. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to the channel.
Hi, thank you so much for having me in your channel. Yeah, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
So before we start the podcast and before we jump up to the topic of breast cancer, I want to understand a little bit about your musical journey, staying out of India and pursuing Indian classical art, Karnataka music art, and teaching those art among the students who are already NRIs, who are already out of their country. How this journey begins?
Actually, when I was small, my parents found that I have some interest in music, but nobody sings in my family. But they thought, they will enroll me in music. So like that I started, but as every teenager, I stopped in between. Suddenly, when I go to, 11th or 12th, when I come, I realized that I cannot, study without singing. So I felt that whenever I study also, I am making in tunes that, by hearting things like that. I thought, music is playing an important role in my life. So I thought, I should not take more pressure in studies. What I enjoy, I should study. So I thought, I came and told my parents I'm going to do BA music because, but I scored very good marks, but still I said, no, I don't want to take more pressure and I wanted to do what I love. So like that, I have started the music as a subject first.
Okay.
So then like that, I did MA music also. In between, I've been to UK and I have studied music technology, creating music through technology like softwares and music productions too. Then I came to Chennai as every, girl. I started to work, but I got around 27. So parents wanted me to settle down. So then they got married and then they made me to, marry my husband and we came to Dubai.
Okay.
So initially I was in Abu Dhabi. So it's a very big challenge for me. From Abu Dhabi, there is not much, opening for music or anything. Even if I want to work something in music production or anything.
There is not much scope for things like music.
Things like that.
Yes.
So slowly I thought, why will I have to go and work? So instead of that, I can start classes. So like that, I have started classes. So it picked up well. So then I was doing that, continuing. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's people like you who are connecting the new generation who is staying out of India to their roots.
Yes.
So thank you for doing this special, noble thing. So now coming back to the part which is now taking a lot of attention. It's about women's health. It's about breast cancer. So what was the time when you feel that there is something which is not going good with my health and I need medical help or I need to diagnose what's going wrong? So but what was the time? What was the very early symptoms?
After the COVID, I was actually, doing good. And during the COVID and all, I've lost weight and I was doing good. And then when the COVID finished, routine started, it became more stressful. We will have to manage the house and have to manage the work and so many things. And our lifestyle also become more hectic. So I was not taking care of my health, I think. So in between, I feel pain and I have rheumatoid arthritis also. So I thought, it could be like inflammatory and I was gaining weight. I didn't realize that. But I couldn't stop and I was having difficulties in walking also that time. But I thought, all these things are related to rheumatoid and because of that I'm having. And one day I thought, I am getting pain in my left breast also frequently. So I was thinking that regular mammogram until lockdown I was very regular. So I thought, I will go for a screening. I've got time sometimes. So I thought, I will go for a regular screening and check why it is, paining. Yeah. When I went to the doctor also, she said, you don't have anything much you don't need to do. Then I said, no, my mom is a cancer patient. Let me check anyway because I didn't do the CT scan for 2 years. Then she said, okay, we will have a scan like that. And we checked. And then I did Pap smear also, which is also important for all the ladies. After 40, you should screen everything.
Very nice initiative, ma'am. Actually, it was you who took the initiative and asked for the test.
Yes.
Otherwise, physically, you were looking well. Clinically, clinically, you were looking well.
I was looking well, and I didn't have lump. So only that was very surprising even for my doctors also.
Okay.
When they said first there's scanning, nothing is there, but there is some kind of patches are there which is suspicious. You go for MRI.
Okay.
So then I went to MRI. In the MRI, they said the patches are very thick. So we feel it is still suspicious. You go and take it is the calcification or something they say.
Okay.
So they said you go and take the this one biopsy. So I was just confused. They said there is no lump. It is like kind of a patches. Why should I do a biopsy? Is it mandatory? Then I went to Dr. Pranay in Astra.
Okay.
And we met, and doctor also told me, Renuka, don't worry, you don't have cancer. It doesn't look like, maybe it's an early alarm or something. We will just again redo the test and see.
Okay.
So then it came, yes, you have to do a biopsy. Then he said, okay, nothing to worry, we will do the biopsy. You don't need to worry. And I started in January, this process. And it came around, July or, May end only. Then they asked me to do the biopsy.
Okay.
And in the June, I got that shocking news that, I have cancer. So I was really scared. Oh my God, within 6 months, everyone said nothing is there, and finally it happened. It happened. So like that. Is it working? What happened? It is recording?
No, it's recording. So, it's a tough thing to reveal in the family. Number one, it's tough to accept that a disease like cancer is now with me. And then it's another tough thing to reveal this in front of family. When we are a mother, we always want to show a strong face to our children.
Correct.
That yes, I'm a strong mama. We never want to show that we have some weakness or we are sick. So how did you reveal this thing to your family, and what was their reaction?
Actually, as the doctor said, it was nothing. So I thought it will be only the surgery I should do. I don't need to go for chemo. I am not sure. That time my son came from UK and he was doing 1 year course. He was doing the 3 years. First year he has completed that environmental science. He came. He said, okay, I will also be there for the surgery, Mama. Nothing to worry. I will be with you. So when after the surgery, we got a news that it is that lymph nodes were positive. So it is kind of little metastasis lymph node. So I have to do the chemotherapy and also I have to do everything, surgery one more. So then my son said, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave you and go. So I have to be with you because Appa is also sometimes traveling. So I this time I need, I want you to.
He gave you all his attention, his time.
Yeah, when they were small, I have given my time to them. So then they thought, okay, they have to dedicate their time. So he spent 1 year with me.
How old he was that time?
That time he was 18.
Okay, great.
Now he's 19. So he's 18 years itself. He has decided that such.
I think as a mother, you nourish him very well. You give him very good upbringing. That he gave up all his dreams. He gave up the admission into the UK university. Came back, stayed with you.
Yeah, and he wanted to change his career also after that. When he stayed with me, he saw that I'm so much interested in music and music production. He went here for a SAE course, and then he thought, okay, I wanted to do music for you. So I'm whatever you dream that you couldn't do, the music production and all this thing. So I will do. So like that, he has taken career also. So I'm so proud.
Yeah, even I feel proud that still we have sons and daughters like this.
Yes.
So another question which I wanted to ask you, what was most difficult? Was it the physical pain which was disturbing us, or it is the emotional fear that it's a deadly disease, anything can happen? What was more difficult for you?
The difficult is the fear. Still, I have that fear of recurrence. Like I have very small kids. Another 10 years, I have to live because I have to
Yes.
see my daughter's wedding and I have to see my son
Every mother,
growth
we
and
want to see
everything. We
them
wanted to
settle.
see, and they are still small. And daughter is by the time when they reveal it, she was doing her 10th standard. Board exams were there. So it was very tough. So always that emotionally I feel down, but my husband and my kids motivate me, and they used to say, "Why the medical things are very advanced? Why you have to be fair?" So like that, and they motivated me to do whatever I like. So that's how I diverted my fear into my strength. Actually,
Okay. So you were continuously teaching that time also?
yes,
During the
I was
treatment?
continuing music classes and I was continuing my events and whatever I was doing, I was continuing. Whenever I feel tired and I had my chemo, I will take 10 days rest and then I will continue.
I'm a little bit curious about the chemotherapy. Actually, we all know that during the process of chemotherapy, we have to lose our hairs.
Yes.
And as a woman, especially as an Indian woman, we love our hairs. I think all the women love their hairs, but in India, the hairs are associated with
Yes.
many things like luck,
Yeah.
fortune, beauty.
Yeah.
So, how difficult it was to look at yourself.
Yeah, it was
in that
really
phase.
difficult because my hair is very long, and first thing is my husband got impressed by my hair, and we were marrying also. He used to say, "What a thick hair you have," like that. So I have always the thick hair, and I decorated with the jasmine flowers.
Yes,
the
yes,
South
yes.
Indian, when we
South Indians,
yeah, when
using
we go
gajra.
for
Yes.
programs, concert as musician, and jasmine flowers and silk saris are always my identity.
Yes.
So like that. So when you losing your identity, you will have more fear. So first I did bob cut only. I thought, okay, it will not fall much. But slowly it started to fall. I was having the fear, and then my son told me, "Don't wait until it fall. You go and shave it. So then you will feel that you overcome the fear that of
Okay.
falling." So when I went and shaved, and I came, and there is a surprise for me. My husband also shaved.
Oh,
So like that, he said,
Nice
"We are
gesture.
always there with you." So
we are together.
yeah, we are together in everything. So.
Lovely, lovely. You are blessed with a lovely family, I must say. So, what was the reaction of the music community you have here in Dubai or in India? Like when they got the news that you are fighting with the deadly disease, what was their reaction? What kind of support they sent you?
They were calling me all the concerts free. Earlier it was ticketed, even though free passes. They used to give me and ask me to come. And also they have prayer meetings, and they have, all the sending prayers, and they keep calling me and messaging me, checking with me. And I go as bald with sari also for some programs and all. They welcome me with warm heart, and they say, "We are there for you," like that.
Great,
So
great.
that's what the
Is
support.
there any particular song or any particular piece of any song which helped you in fighting with the fear of cancer? Any particular song or any particular
There is
piece?
a line always I say, it is in Tamil, it says, "Iduvum kadandu pogum." So this too shall pass. So it is not permanent, anything. When I don't have hair, this too shall pass. I am getting hair now. So if I am sick, that too shall pass. I will be,
Yes.
always you will have that.
Is this a part of any musical piece that this too shall pass? Is it a part of a song or it is a
Pogum is a proverb, but recently it came in a movie also. There's a song also. They made it in this. So like that. And then a song which I like always is Kurai Ondrumillai. I'm so thankful that God, that there is no Kurai means there is no complaints or nothing. I'm grateful for whatever I am. So always I think I'm grateful because you made me to live my life.
Yes.
So you showed me the path of coming out, curing my disease and everything. So always I'm
Can you
grateful.
sing?
Yeah. குறையொன்றும் இல்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா, குறையொன்றும் இல்லை கண்ணா, குறையொன்றும் இல்லை கோவிந்தா, குறையொன்றும் இல்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா, குறையொன்றும் இல்லை கண்ணா, குறையொன்றும் இல்லை கோவிந்தா.
Beautiful,
Thank you.
ma'am. Beautiful, very beautiful. And now everybody is saying like we should manifest, we should always feel thankful, we should feel grateful for whatever we have.
Yes, correct.
Yes. So, is there any spiritual things, any spiritual text, any spiritual book which helped you during your recovery process?
Always my singing. Always I take classes and I sing. That was a more recovery, like all the songs which I am singing is related to God.
Okay,
And
devotional
especially
songs.
Devotional songs. If you say that there are people who chanted that Narayaniyam for me, there is a spiritual, the 16th shloka is very powerful for this cancer. So many people, they used to chant for me, and they did Hanuman Chalisa. They prayed, and every day they send me, I did this for you, and I don't know
Wow.
what I did for them, but there are people who, my students' parents and friends, and many, and my husband's friends' parents, like that. They were big circle. So,
Yes,
and
yes.
his relatives.
All the blessings, good
Yes.
vibration helped you in
Helped
healing.
me, and every day my dad father is always praying. Even before I get this disease also, still every day he prays for everyone. He spends at least 5 to 6 hours. He will write everyone's name, nakshatra, and then daily he prays.
Okay.
So all these prayers and
It
these
all
things,
worked well.
all worked.
Yeah. Is there any lesson you learned from this disease or this fight which you want to share with everyone, not only with the cancer survivers or with the people who are currently going through the chemotherapy and they are
Yes.
currently fighting with the disease? Is there any lesson you want to share with everybody?
Yeah, I wanted to say, as women, we fight for everything. So we have to fight. If we have anything, we have to be strong.
Yes.
But early detection is very good. And in case if they feel any pain or any lump, whatever it is, or even if you cross above 40, just go for a screening. Even if you don't have, also go for regular checkup. And self-love is important, and you have to spend your health is important. Then only you can take care of your family. If you are well, you can take care of others. So that is very important.
nice. So early diagnosis is the key
Yes,
to win this fight.
correct.
Yes. So I feel like with sitting with you, talking with you, that you are very career oriented women, and you went to UK even before you got married.
Yes.
So what are your future plans? Now you are settled. You are settled as a mom. You already fight with a disease. So what are the future plans?
I have just finished one big event actually in November 8th. It's called Epicoyer with 300 participants almost. So I'm doing two events in a year actually. So and then exams for the musics, so music and dance. So I'm just focusing my career. Like I don't want to do very big thing after because I wanted to do it slowly.
Yeah.
I wanted to take it up and students achieve. I will be happy. Already one of my senior student is participating in a reality show and he's into top 10 actually. And the other one is a famous RJ here. So like that my students started to flourish. So that itself is a great achievement for me. And my son is also doing music, so he might do a good job in music career. So that is my. Earlier I was very fast. Now I have taken. This made me to realize that don't rush for too many things and don't do too many things. One at a time, so peacefully.
Yes, run and walk through in your own pace, in your own style.
Yeah, and right now I'm concentrating more on my health because after the medication, still I'm on medications. because they diagnosed me at the stage 3. So I have difficulties in walking. So my concentration now is to take care of my health and lose some weight and, take care of my knees. So that is the main priority goal also.
Renuka ji, it was so nice to talk with you. It was very insightful. We don't only get a lot of insights from you, we got a lot of motivation from you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you have continued to teach during your treatment also. You were participating in events. You're not worried about your looks. That makes the things important, that my craft is important for me, not my looks.
Correct.
People should know me because of my music, not how my hairs and how my saris were looking. That was most important. So thank you so much for giving us the time and talking to us. Thank you so much. And for more interviews like this, stay tuned with my channel and don't forget to subscribe.